Welcome to a pre-release viewing of my grand behavior pack that I've been working on for quite some time now, probably 6 months. It's called Easy Build, and this really is to fill the sort of hole that we have in Minecraft Bedrock Edition as far as build tools go. In the Java edition, of course, you've got things like World Edit, which is a very powerful in-game structure building tool. This, unfortunately, is not quite as powerful as World Edit. In behavior packs at this stage, you can't use sort of things like loops and conditional statements like if else, and you can't really have access to variables. So having the power over the game in behavior packs in Bedrock Edition is somewhat difficult. You really are limited to what's available in commands. But having said that, I think I've created something that, although limited, it has some good features. So let's say we want to build a wall. So if I put a block down, this is all based on blocks. So you have to place a block down and you have to be sort of facing the block. So if I was to build a wall, so I'll say function wall, and you can see all my wall options there. Well, not all of them. But 10 times a certain amount, 1 times there. Let's say I want a wall that is 5 by, well, let's say 10. So I now have a wall that is 5 deep and 10 high. Let's say I put a blue block down. I want it to be, let's say I want it the other way around. I want it to be 10 by 5. Let's try that out. I've got a wall that's 5 by 10 in height. One of the things that this does do, it all depends on which way you're facing and what type of block you put down in front of you. So if I did it this way, I'll do exactly the same command. It puts it in the direction that I'm facing. So it's all referential to the player, their position, and the way they're facing. So that's walls, and you can build walls anything from 1 by 1 up to 10 by 10 in any combination, but thereafter it's in increments of 10. So you might have a 10 by 20, for example, or a 10 by 30. You can't to make that many commands, and I did try to start with. I made my own custom tools, and I had a behavior pack that was approaching 1 gig in size, which clearly is not practicable. So at the moment this is probably less than 15 megabyte in size, which I'm quite happy with. So limitations at this stage. Try floor. So function floor, and again we've got a whole heap of options, but this is not only the direction that we're facing that's important now. You can see I'm slightly facing the left. So if I put a, I don't know, let's say 5 by, what are my options there? I'll say 40. 5 by 40, and you can see that it goes 5 forward, but because I was slightly facing left, it's projected it to the left. So it's gone 40 blocks left. So this is actually quite intuitive and quite easy to build. If I did exactly the same thing, but I use a different block, I use a white wool this time, and I face slightly to the right, and I do exactly the same command, it issues it to the right, because I was facing slightly to the right. So it is wherever you are, and whichever direction you're facing. So again, similar limitations to the wall. We've got sort of 1 by 1 all the way up to 10 by 10 in any combination, but thereafter in increments of 10, just so I can keep the behavior pack size way down. I don't want it up near a gig. And also I've had to limit the number of types of blocks that we're able to do this on. Not every block is available, because you have to individually name the type of block that you want in the command. And so the way to get that smaller was I essentially make the structure out of something that people aren't going to make it out of normally. So the block I've picked on is monster eggs, So this whole behavior pack add-on is powered by monster eggs. And essentially whatever block is there, it looks at that block and then replaces all the monster eggs with that block. So a monster egg it's not really an egg, it's a block that just looks like stone, and it's got like silverfish or some sort of monster inside of it. This time we'll do something different. It's not just walls and floors. Let's try some cubes. So function cube, let's say 4x4 cube, that'll do it, and that's a solid 4x4 cube of glass this time. So you can make cubes. You can make rectangular prisms of any size, but you have to make them out of walls and floors. It's just not practical for me to do it without variables. To do every combination up to say 50 by 50 by 50, it'd be well over 10 gig behavior pack, which is not practicable. Let's try something else. Let's try cylinders. So function cylinder, and this time you say R for radius, and then the radius of the cylinder that you want to make. So that will be a center block, and then radiating out from that center block the radius direction. So if you went R5, that would be the center block, and 5 to say the left, 5 to the right, 5 forward, 5 back, and so on. But it projects it out once again, just like the floor, in the direction that you're facing, which makes it quite convenient. So if I said I don't know, let's make it 10, and then it shows you all the combinations of 10, so it can go up to 40 height, but only in increments of 10 after 10 height. So I'll go H, I might say, I don't know, I might make it 20. So this is radius of 20 and height, sorry, radius of 10 rather, height of 20, and it's made of planks. Issue that command, and you can see, I'll just break that, that's just, so I can select the type of block it's made from, and there you go, you've instantly got a cylinder. So automatically you might conjure up images of your own builds, say towers for a castle, or you know, insert your own idea here. So we can do cylinders, which is quite handy. In the development, I haven't done this yet. Pyramids will be in the final release, but I have. Let's get sandstone, because make it sort of look. These look a little bit like pyramids, but they're not. They're cones. So let's try function cone, and you can see all the options there. Radii of up to 24, and the reason for that is my build tool that I created to make all of these commands. It would be impossible really for one person to do all this by just coding it into text files. It's got a 50 by 50 play area in my tool, so if you've got one central block and then you've got 24 coming out in each direction, that gives you 49 size, which fits in. So radius of 24 is my maximum size, unfortunately, so that's another limitation, but still better than what's available currently in Bedrock Edition. This will give people a lot of build options. So let's say we'll say 16, radius of 16, and you see there that it's made a cone with a radius of 16, and where that is, you can see that it lines up with the edges of that. If I did it this way, so put it here, I'll face to the left. I won't do 16, I'll do 10, just so it doesn't collide with the cylinder there. You can see that, yeah, I've got a cone of 10. It kind of looks like a pyramid, but more like maybe an Aztec pyramid, not an Egyptian one, a square-based pyramid. Okay, the other thing I've got in general build tools so far is spheres. So I haven't done them all. I've gone up to about sphere radius 16 so far. They take a while. In air, I'm right clicking here. You notice I can't put anything down. How am I going to place my block? Well, I've got a function it's called platform, and all that does is whatever direction I'm facing, it will place a glass block in front of me, one block below where I'm standing, and that way I can just put down whatever block I want, and then I can issue my command. I might face it this way, so function sphere radius, so 17, 18, 19, 20 don't work yet. Do R14, and so you can see builds it from there, and the bottom layer is in line with that. So you can imagine if this the edges of this sphere were touching a cube, this would be in the bottom corner of the cube. I'll break that. Don't need those anymore. And you can see that there's a sphere. So you can quickly make something that looks rather interesting. Think obbies in the sky using the function block and whatever shapes you want. You can put those, floors and walls around the place. Some very, very handy things. What will also be coming to probably packs that utilise the same sort of mechanisms will be things like buildings. So you can actually, if I'm looking this way, I might say function, and I've just got a sample one. It's called hut1, and I haven't incorporated that in there properly yet, so I won't demonstrate that. Might do my logic blocks. So function logic. So this is a lot of your common redstone stuff. So the 7 main logic gates, some common clocks, and common memory cells. So if you wanted to do some basic electrical engineering, lots of videos out there on how to do that. You can gain great power over your world and make amazing stuff using logic gates. I'll just put in, say, a simple maybe an XNOR, and there we go. It's built a exclusively OR logic gate there. So for those of you who know about gate logic, 0, 0, so off, off, false, false, and what we've got is the output is 1, or an on or a true. Click that and it goes off, but it has to be exclusively. So you can see that this logic gate is actually complete and functional, and same with all the other logic gates. I can down whatever. So I'll probably include this and some basic structures in with the main core easy build, and then probably have some add-ons for more complete structures. So you might have a set of, you know, village buildings or something in a later add-on pack. So hopefully these will make their way into the marketplace in the near future. So try just and, there we go, and gate. Alright, well, easy build, floors, walls, cubes, cones, cylinders, and to come there will be pyramids, square-based pyramids. You'll also got all your gate logic stuff for power over redstone, and maybe some other simple buildings will work their way into the main core function. Thank you very much for watching. Please be looking out in the Minecraft Education Edition. I also dabble in that. The Minecraft Bedrock Edition, rather, in the marketplace there soon. Hopefully you'll find easy build. Tell us what you think in the comments, And hopefully the next video on Easy Build will be a complete product. Thank you very much.